Life now without addiction, I mean, the sun shines brighter, and I mean, I don't mean to put it in, fairy tale words or things like that, because I mean, I'm sure a lot of people might say, oh yeah, he's just, on his sobriety trip. But in reality, having come out of the addiction, now being the addict in recovery, it's a before and after in the timeline of your life. Once you reach the sobriety and you engage in recovery, I mean, life becomes just so much easier to manage. I mean, the days become brighter, the nights become restful in terms of sleep. I mean, I'm sure some people out there can relate to that. And so, yeah, I mean, there's a saying. I don't know if it's a saying officially. I mean, it doesn't have an author or anything, but there's this concept that I, kind of live by, in terms of addiction, and that is, sometimes in life the best way to start is at the bottom, because when you start at the top, there's only one way to go. There's a lot going on in your mind in terms of what triggers your addiction, in terms of cravings. What is it that brings those impulses? I mean, all of that is psychological, and you learn in the recovery center how, not necessarily to control or cure, but how to treat and manage those feelings, those cravings, those urges. So rather than being 12 in the morning and having that memory and boom, suddenly you feel that impulse to run out the door, well, instead of that, you remember that you're in sobriety, you remember the things that you've learned, and you internalize that, what's really going on. What really is going on is it is inside your head, but scientifically, physiologically, what's going on. So you're able to, push that stop button on that horrible part of that movie that you don't like, and you're able to go do something else. So I have benefited, a lot from the recovery center in terms of my sobriety and overcome addiction. And one can only be so grateful to reach that point in life. But you see, I'm not the only one that had been suffering from this kind of disease of addiction. And in order to get help to so many other people that are in need, donations and contributions from people as yourself would really greatly be appreciated, to help people just like me to be able to sit here and tell a similar success story.